Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Web3 Quick Bites. This is the podcast where we jam to the latest beats in the decentralized world and chat with some of the brilliant minds in the industry. I'm your host, Olabisi, and today we are talking about something that could literally change the way your project grows forever. It's called the marketing flywheel. Now, if you just rolled your eyes and thought, fly what? Is this another fancy Silicon Valley term or is this another Web3 term? Because I know we have a lot of terminologies and a lot of lingos in this space. Stick around because once you get this, you will understand why most projects are stuck sprinting on a marketing treadmill, while the smart ones are building momentum machines that keep working for them even when they are asleep. So, first, we are going to start by talking about the problem with most Web3 marketing. Let's start here. You see, most Web3 projects, most, I'm not saying all, most Web3 projects, they launch like they are planning a wedding. Big announcements, ads, paid ads, fancy graphics, expensive KOLs, hype on Twitter, maybe a collab or partnership here and there, and then silence, crickets. The buzz fades, the Discord gets quieter, the team scrambles to figure out what do we do next. See, this is what I call campaign brain. It's where you think in short bursts instead of systems, and it is exhausting. Every time you want growth, you literally have to start over. And that is where the marketing flywheel comes in. It fixes that. It fixes all of that. It turns your one off campaigns into connected loops. So every piece of work fits into the next and momentum builds over time. So now it's time for me to explain what the flywheel actually is, right? Okay, so I will give an analogy. I want you to picture this. A flywheel is basically a heavy wheel that stores energy. You see, at first it is hard to push, but as you keep adding small pushes, it starts spinning faster and faster until the momentum takes over and it's harder to stop than to keep going. In marketing, your flywheel is the connected set of activities that attract people to your project, engage them deeply, turn them into advocates who bring in more people. And here's the magic. Each step powers the other. Your content drives community growth. Your community creates stories you can share. Those stories attract more people. And it's a loop, never a line. Do you get that? I'll say that again. Your content drives community growth. Your community creates stories you can share. And those stories, they attract more people because it's a loop and not a line. So now let's move on to the three core stages for Web3. And I'm going to break it down the Web3 style. You see, your marketing flywheel, it has three core stages, right? So the first stage is attract. When it comes to attraction, it is not just about visibility, it's getting on the radar of the right people, not just crypto Twitter, but your actual target audience, whether that's NFT collectors, DeFi power users, or DAO contributors, or whatever it is they might be. Here is where you lean on podcast, high value threads, collabs with aligned communities, and even micro influencers in your niche. And so that is the first stage. All this falls under the first stage of attracting people. And after doing that, you move on to the second stage, which is engage or engagement. See, attracting is easy. It's so easy to attract people. It's easy to attract anybody. Incentives, meme content, relatable posts, and all of that. But you know where the work really lies? It is keeping them. Keeping people is where the work is. So when it comes to the engagement stage, here is the stage where you create experiences and touch points that make people stick. You see, in Web3, this could mean hosting AMAs, creating learn to earn content, rewarding community challenges, or making sure your own body isn't, well, a nightmare, right? And now the final stage, which is delight and amplify. This is where the magic compounds. The third stage, this is where all your hard work in the attraction stage, the engagement stage, this third stage is where it all compounds. I mean, this is where you take your happiest users, your most loyal community members, and give them reasons to tell others about you. Think referral programs, exclusive perks, spotlighting them in content, or giving them early access to features. See, the truth here and the honest truth, and I'm saying nothing and nothing but the truth. When people feel like insiders, they want to bring more people in. That's it. When people feel they have a connection to your project, when people feel like they feel special, when people feel like you rate them, right? They will want to bring more people in. I mean, if you're comfortable at a place, even applies to real life. When you feel comfy, either at a job or anywhere, you want to bring others in to come experience the same the same experience, right? And so it also applies to marketing in Web3. So I'm going to say that again. When people feel like insiders, they want to bring more people in. And now, after all this is said and done, we need to connect the loops, right? And so here is the thing about a marketing flywheel. It only works when each stage fits the next. I'll give us an example. For example, you appear as a guest on a top Web3 podcast, for example. The listeners, they follow you on X. Hmm? Then you post a simple thread breaking down your latest updates. They join your Discord to learn more. Inside Discord, you host a fun build with us week. Community members, they share their results on Twitter. Their posts attract new people who follow you. And what? The loop starts again. Remember when I said earlier that it is a loop and never a line? Because every action fuels another. And that's how you turn growth from a sprint into a snowball. Right. And so, how do you build your flywheel in practice? I mean, I've talked about the stages, I've talked about how to connect the loops, I've talked about what the flywheel actually is, and I've highlighted the problem with most Web3 marketing. But now, where the real work is, how to build your marketing flywheel in practice. So, here's a simple 4-step starting plan. Step one, you need to map your audience path. Because the question you should be asking yourself is from the moment they discover us, what's the next natural step? Write it out like a story. It doesn't have to be perfect, but once you have answers to the question, you're on your way to you're on your way to success. Trust me. And after doing that, you need to choose one high impact attract channel. You don't try to be everywhere. You need to pick what works best for your audience. It could be X, it could be LinkedIn, it could be going on niche podcast, it could be a Telegram community. So you need to choose one high impact attract channel that's going to work for you, and then you focus all your energy on that. Having multiple channels stresses out and it causes burnout, and then you can't even focus on engaging your community members. And what happens? It fades, it dies off. And I don't think any project wants that for themselves. Then the third one is you need to build an engagement habit, whether it's weekly spaces, whether bi-weekly updates or monthly community challenges. We want you to make it predictable so people know when to show up, right? People already know that, oh yeah, every Tuesday, so something's gonna happen. Every Monday, I have to tune in for the AMAs. Every Friday, there's gonna be leaderboard for the active community members and all of that. Then step four, which is the final step, you need to close that loop with advocacy. So you spot who your super fans are, you give them the tools, incentives, and recognition to share your project with their circle. Remember what I said earlier that when people feel like insiders, they tend to bring more people in. And so you need to give them, you need to incentivize them and give them that tools and recognition that will make them want to share your project with their circle. And so, do you know why this works especially well in Web3? See, the beauty of Web3 is that your users aren't just customers, they are often co owners, contributors, or stakeholders. That means they have skin in the game. A well built marketing flywheel doesn't just bring people in, it turns them into builders alongside you. So when you get this right, your marketing becomes community powered, which means your budget stretches further, your growth feels organic, and your message travels faster than any paid ad code. So, yes, the final takeaway for this episode. I want us to stop thinking in campaigns. If you're a marketer and you're listening to this, I want you to stop thinking in campaigns and start thinking in loops. See, your goal is not to go viral once, it's to create a machine that keeps turning even while you're heads down building. And remember, the flywheel takes time. Remember when I said earlier, the first pushes feel slow, but once momentum kicks in, you wonder how you've ever worked without it. You're going to be like, where have you been all my life? Right? And so, if this episode sparked an idea for your project, I would love to hear from you. You can tag me on X at antibc underscore and tell me how you might build your marketing flywheel. And so, if you have any questions or feedback about this episode, send an email to web3quickbites@gmail.com or reach out on social media at web3quickbites. Until next time, guys, keep building, keep experimenting, and as always, stay curious. See you next week. Bye.